Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to wait until you guys get on and you guys can let me know how the audio is sounding today. We're going to kick off our Friday jam session. A little bit of a different background here today. I'm out actually in the sunroom at my daughter's house, and we are going to try to do this Friday jam session here remotely. So if you guys are seeing the feed, let me know. So this way here, I know that we are actually, in fact, live. So I'm going to wait until I see a few of you guys. Karen, what's up? So you're telling me that the quality is good? Audio quality is okay? It's not too loud, not too soft. What's up? What's up? Good morning to you, Karen. Appreciate you hanging out with me again. Kay, what's up? Good morning to you as well. Oh, Karen says, perfect. The audio sounds good. Awesome. It's actually a Yeti mic that I grabbed for my daughter when she was doing the Pinterest traffic workshop. So the mic is a Blue Yeti. So we're trying that out. What's up, Salama? Good morning. Good morning to you. And guess what I brought with me today, guys? The coffee mug. You gotta bring the coffee mug with you. You gotta. What's up, guys? James, everything good here? Morning. Good morning. Lydia, good morning. Karen, perfect. Good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, and I love that. Your little thumbnail for YouTube today is full of possibilities. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Let's see. Hey, Mike, what's up? Had a Yeti for years. They're awesome. Yeah, I had a Blue Yeti. Actually, a snowball. It was the snowball, the big brown ball. What's up? Derek in the house. What's up from Atlanta? What's up? I'm actually broadcasting from Virginia today. Have a coffee mug will travel. Yes, it will. Justin, good morning, crew. Yeah, Justin, we missed you yesterday, brother. Good morning and congrats to your family is having a boy or a girl. My daughter is having a daughter herself, and her name is Emmy K. Yeah, really excited. We got in yesterday around 5:30, had some dinner, hung out with the kids, with the family, with the dogs, 3 dogs. We got the German Shepherd, which is my daughter's dog. We've got our Bernedoodle, Maisie, and we've got Brody, who is our Puggle. And let me tell you something. We took 2 cars. My son and his girlfriend drove down in a separate car, and they took Maisie, and we took Brody. It was quite a trip. Brody does not like car rides. So that was a 5-hour road trip. Tamara, what's up? Ready to jam? Morning, all. You're sounding good, Scott. Awesome. Can't wait to hear how this sounds back because this is a remote microphone that I'm traveling or I'm using while traveling. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Yeah, and okay, guys. If you are just tuning in, this is our jam session. So I am going to be answering your questions. Yesterday, I asked what we should kind of lead this session off with. And I believe maybe it was Salama. I believe it was someone else too. And it was really staying motivated and avoiding distractions, like how to stay motivated and avoid distractions. It's kind of like that. How do you not let shiny objects get in your way is the type of thing. So if you guys have any questions for this jam session, make sure you start to drop them in the comments down below. So that way there, I'll have them. And then what I will do is I will answer them. But I do want to always have a theme of some kind. And today is going to be all about how to stay motivated and avoid those distractions, which I think it's always a thing that you're probably going to be working on. It's a work in progress always. But I think if you do something right here, just like we're here today together, number one, it's admitting that you have like a problem, right? And number two, it's then, okay, how do we figure out a way that we can just get focused on what we need to do and not necessarily just look at like the overall big picture, but it's looking at those little small targets. Let's see. Mike says switching to Facebook for today. Oh, okay, cool, Mike. No problem. Love it. All right, cool. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, it doesn't have to be just on this topic, but I do want to start with this one question which came in yesterday. So if you guys would do that, that would be awesome. All right. And yes, we do have coffee in hand. So we are doing a coffee talk today, even though I'm traveling and we got noise. I've got someone, it sounds like they're doing a little pressure washing or something. So hopefully the audio comes through okay. And we'll see. All right. So this is our Friday jam session. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, some questions already coming in. So yeah, put the questions in. All right. And I'm going to kick this off. So this way here, when we go to edit this, we'll be able to jump right in here to a Friday coffee talk or a Friday jam session. All right. So here we go. Here's how we do it, guys. You ready? All right, guys, welcome to this Friday jam session. Super excited to be joined by all of you that are here live. And if you're not here live, well, you should probably join us. How do you join us? Well, I'll tell you. Head on over to takeactioncrew.com. You'll go to our Facebook page, and then from there, you can see any of our upcoming coffee talks. We generally do these 10 a.m. Eastern time every single day, but Friday's session is all around your questions, answering your questions. And that's what I'm doing here today. So again, if you are not here live and you're listening to this later, or you're on the podcast, you want to watch, you can always go to takeactioncrew.com. And that's where we are hanging out. We call ourselves the Take Action Morning Crew. All right. And all of you that are here live, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So today I'm going to kick off the jam session with a question that came in actually yesterday. And I asked, what should we talk about on the upcoming jam session? What should we kick it off with? Now, that doesn't mean that that's all we're going to talk about here today, but we are going to be diving into this. And I also want to hear if there's anything that you need help with in this department. And that is, and this is a big one, guys, right? Because there's so much opportunity out there. There's so many shiny objects. How do we stay focused? How do we stay motivated? How do we stay motivated when we're building something and we might not see the results for months from now, right? How do we stay motivated? Well, let me also remind you that if you ever start a business, let's say you bought a franchise, right? And you pay 200 grand for the franchise. You got to get staff. You got to get inventory. You got to get all that stuff. You're probably not looking at making any money for the first year or even 2 years. You might give yourself a small salary, but not much, right? So think about that. You shelled out 200 grand in order to see a result, right? But when we're in the online space, we're always like, I want results tomorrow, right? It's not always going to be that way, and usually it's not. Now, can we get a result that can keep us motivated? Yes. What do I mean by that? It's kind of like working out. If you're working out, you're not going to see a result the first day or even the first week or maybe not even the first month. But if we can start to see that our strength is increasing, we're motivated, right? We're like, oh, wow, it's kind of working. Even though I'm not seeing it on the scale or I'm not seeing it in the mirror, I can see that I'm getting some type of result here. So the first thing that I would encourage you to do is make sure the motivation side, right? The motivation side is you need to have something that you can measure as some type of result. And that result could be, I haven't put up a blog post ever, and I've been putting it off, and I keep kicking myself for that. I need to get that blog post up so it has a chance, right? So by you doing that, you need to celebrate those as results, right? Because they are a result. Something wasn't there yesterday, and now it's there. So I think a lot of times we're putting pressure on ourselves to get a result as far as traffic, or a result as email opt-ins, or a result as money coming in the door. So we have to be able to look at our results differently. All right. So that is a big one. Okay. So staying motivated, another thing that we can do here is surround ourselves with the right people. If you're here on a coffee talk right now on this Friday jam session, you are probably here because you're being motivated by other people that are here. And part of you is like, you know what? Even though I might not be as far ahead as some other people here, I feel like I'm at least with these people that are forward thinking. They're action takers. They're people that actually are doing things, right? Or want to do things. I want to be around those types of people. So you need to surround yourself with the right people. Okay. That's a big one. And I think if you're becoming unmotivated because you're feeling, oh, I'm not as good as them, you might be hanging around with the wrong crowd, or you might be focusing on the wrong crowd. You might be focusing on the right mentor. You might be focusing on the wrong results, or the wrong, like, I think I can get that because someone is saying that they did that in 30 days, right? And all it is someone that is trying to make you believe something, but it's actually not happening, right? Maybe it happened for one person out of 100,000 people, right? But you also have to say to yourself, is that realistic? Is that really something that can be obtained by more than just that one person? So I think a lot of times we start comparing ourselves and then we get demotivated, right? Because we feel like, oh, they're posting screenshots that they did so much money or they got so much traffic. That's not me. I can't be that good. I'm not as good as them because I'm too far behind, right? So what we need to do is we need to surround ourselves with the right people, right? So ask yourself that question. Are you being demotivated by being part of a group or by being part of, maybe 3 or 4 people that you're hanging around with in your personal life? I mean, think about that too. We don't really think about that a lot, is the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, whether that's family, friends, or whatever. Are people doubting you? Are they making you not believe in yourself? Oh, you can never do that. That's just a get rich quick thing, right? You've probably heard that before, right? Just by telling people that you can make money online, you're automatically part of that negativity that comes with that. Why? Not their fault, by the way, because they're being hit with all of those ads as you and I are, that are saying, launch one product on Amazon and become a millionaire, right? And we all know that's kind of sleazy. It's kind of scammy. And that's what we're part of, right? So when people are saying that, either number one, that's what they truly believe, so then they start making you believe it, or they're jealous because you're going to do something that they wish they could and they don't feel that they can. So a way to make them feel better about themselves is to bring you down or to demotivate you so you don't do it, so you don't become successful. So you need to ask yourself those hard questions. Are the people in your life right now, or the people that you are following, are they making you feel less about yourself? And are you comparing yourself to someone that's way down the line that is going to take a year or two to get there? So I think expectations are another part of this. What are your expectations? If your expectations are, I need to make $1,000, launching my blog in the next month, it's probably not realistic. Okay. Now, are there ways that you can make $1,000 quicker than launching a blog? Yes. But is that the long-term plan? No. Okay. So again, I'm just addressing the how to stay motivated part right here. The way that I do it is I put the blinders on, guys. Like, I do not follow a whole bunch of people. Now, I used to. Okay. There's people that I like to follow, that I like to draw inspiration from, but I'm not comparing myself to them. Okay. There's a lot of people that are in my circle. Okay. In my internet marketing circle, I got really good friends of mine who have companies that have 100 employees plus. I don't want that, but I don't look at them and go, oh, they're way more successful than me. Because I don't look at success necessarily as how many employees I can employ or how much money I can make. It's, can I be here right now remotely talking to you guys, and money is still being made behind the scenes on other things that I'm a part of, right? And can I still be here with my family? I'm going to get done here with you guys, and I'm going to shut the computer, and I'm going to go spend time actually getting ready for my daughter's baby shower. We're having a virtual baby shower. And my wife is actually in there unpacking a whole bunch of gifts that were sent here. She's going to wrap them. I'm going to help her with that. I'm actually setting up a Zoom room. I'm going to get all the technical stuff done. I'm working on all that stuff because I want to be here for my family, right? I want to enjoy this moment. I want to be in the moment. So that's what's being rich to me, right? Am I financially rich? To some people, you could say it. But to me, if I looked at someone else, I'm like, I'm not a multi-millionaire. You're like, no way. So I'm not successful? No, wrong. Who are you comparing yourself to, or what are the results you're comparing yourself to? So being motivated has a lot to do with everything I just said there. So really check yourself mentally. Are you falling into that trap? Okay. And then get clear with that and start turning things off, or turn people off, or turn email notifications off. Whatever's coming into the mix, and you might not even realize it. You may be like, oh gosh, yeah, Scott, now that you mentioned that, I guess I am. Or maybe the next time it happens, you're like, you're drawn in by a screenshot of someone saying that they just did 30 grand last month. And you're like, oh wow, how'd they do it? And then you're like, I'm not doing that. I guess I'm not as successful. I'm not sure if I could do that. See, so maybe you're gonna notice that later, right? So the people in your life, the people that you're following, is a big, big thing, right? And a lot of you that are here on a regular basis, you're here most likely because you want this energy, right? You want these type of people in your life, right? And that's what it's all about. All right. So just again, that's my little thought on that, my little rant on that. Again, if you guys have any questions, do you guys fall into that trap, by the way? And if you guys are here live, if you're listening to the podcast, just think about it. But if you guys are here live, do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like you're comparing yourself and that you should be doing that over there? Because if you don't, you're gonna fall behind, or you're not gonna be up in the times, right? So many people talk about like Facebook Messenger bots and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying that's bad, right? But what I can tell you is email list building to me is better, and it's more long-term. And guess what? It's just not as sexy as the newest thing out there, because email list building has been talked about for years, right? But am I doing the old back to basics? Yeah. Does it work? Yeah. Right? Having a lead magnet, that's been going on for years, even in the direct mail space, right? But now it's just, I remember back 15 years ago doing a lead magnet for my photography studio. I remember doing a contest where people would come in. I would set up a booth at a gala for our school, and I had a fishbowl, and you would basically write your email and your name on a card or a piece of paper, fold it, drop it in there. And that was your chance to win a photography session with our studio. We're talking over 15 years ago, probably 18 years ago. Crazy, right? Same thing. Why was I doing it? To build my email list. And I was taking those emails and I was entering them into Outlook Express, right? Or a Yahoo account, and then blind copying everyone when I would send an email. Okay. This stuff works, right? But it's just not as sexy as the chatbot, right? Is the chatbot cool? Yeah. It doesn't mean we got to do it right now, right? So stay focused is another big, big deal. We got some dogs barking here. I told you guys this was live. All right. So let me also, I have a couple other points here. So number one, your people, the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Okay. Number two is your results. What are the results that you're trying to achieve? Okay. What are the results that you're trying to achieve? Now, again, being realistic with those results is key. Okay. So being motivated is getting the right people, but also being motivated towards what you're trying to achieve and being realistic with those results. Okay. Now, another thing here, and this is number three, my number 3 point that I want to make here is you need to create a schedule in order to feel as though you're getting progress, or you're gaining progress, right? You're gaining traction, right? Because if you create a schedule, you're going to be checking things off the list, right? You're going to be seeing progress. That progress could be, I didn't have a blog post last week. Now I do. A month later, I have 4, or I have 6, or I have 8. Now I have a chance, right? If I put something out there, I have a chance to be successful. I have a chance to reach my goals, right? So number one's people. Number two is, what are your results? Be clear on that, okay? And then 3, create a schedule. And then the 4th thing, commit to the schedule. Blinders. Put the blinders on and commit to that. I remember yesterday, I think it might have been Salama. I forget who it was exactly, but it might have been Salama. She's coming to mind. Like, how long before I would pivot, right? How long do I go at something before I would pivot? Because yesterday we talked about pivoting. We had a great interview with Jasmine Starr, 843, by the way. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back and check that one out. brandcreators.com/843. Listen to that, okay? Because sometimes we do need to pivot, But if you've only been trying this for 2-3 months, you haven't really committed fully, right? I always tell people a year. Because what we talked about is in order to get a result, right, we have to start something. If we start something, we have a chance to get a result. But how long do we wait? We gotta give it time, right? And we gotta stay consistent, right? So number one, people, the right people. That keeps us motivated. It also doesn't demotivate us because there's certain people that can do that too. Number two, your results. What are your results that you're trying to achieve? Are they realistic? Okay. Number three, create a schedule that's going to get you to those results. Number four, commit. Commit to yourself, commit to where you are going, and commit to it every single day. One small bite-sized piece. And then the last thing, number five, put the blinders on. Put the blinders on. Okay? Don't get distracted. If you're getting distracted over here because you're seeing another person over here doing something that gets your attention because there's opportunity over there, you need to cut them off. You need to put the blinders on so it doesn't get you distracted. Okay? Distraction will lead to not doing anything consistently. You can be busy by being distracted, but busy does not equal getting stuff done that actually makes a difference in your business. So ask yourself this: have you fully committed? Okay? And why don't you guys answer that question for me? Do you guys feel like you fully committed for the last 6 months to whatever you're working on right now? Have you fully committed? I mean, nothing got in your way. You made a commitment to yourself. And I'll give you an example. Let's say that you said, I'm going to put out a new blog post every single week. And I'm going to make it a point, and this is a tip for you if you haven't listened to my other coffee talks where I talk about this. You need to create an exact day, an exact time, and you need to create a deadline for yourself to get that done. And you might even want to let people know that you are doing that. And what we do inside Brand Creators Academy is we do that every Monday and every Friday. Monday is, what is your big 3 for the week? What's 3 things that you're committing to publicly right here? And then lastly, on Friday, we check in and go, how do we do? Right? So you can do that yourself. You don't need someone like me to be there to give you a little bump or a little kick in the butt. It's helpful, but you don't need it. Okay? You can do it your own. If you lack discipline, you got to find someone that's going to do that for you. But what we do is we set out the week with those 3 things. Okay? And that's it. Just those 3 things. Blinders, bang. Those 3 things. And then we commit to it. Right? So make sure that you do that. All right? So that's what I would suggest for that. So that was my long-winded answer on how to really stay motivated and avoid distractions. Okay? And that's it in a nutshell. Okay? Make sure that you know exactly what you're going after, and then put those blinders on and commit to that. Not for a week, for months. Okay? All right. Guys, do you have any questions for me? Let me go ahead in the chat now and let's see what we got. Yes, we always have great questions. All right, here we go. Ashley. What's up, Ashley? At what point do you think it's reasonable to start a second brand? I have several things I'd like to build, and we are in the beginning of a barbecue brand, and I'm wondering if we wait for 1 to 2 years before waiting to also work on creating the other brand with content. And this is a perfect example of shiny objects or opportunities. Let's not even say it's shiny objects. It's opportunity, right? There's so much opportunity, guys. We could start 100 different things if we want to. My advice to you, Ashley, would be this. You need to focus on this brand for a minimum of 6 months of the one brand that you're building right now. And the main reason is you need to give all your attention to that brand, okay? And while you're doing that, guess what else we're doing? We're figuring out the process. We're figuring out what steps need to happen. How can we create a steady flow for this brand? How can we come up with constant content ideas and fill those buckets that we talk about? The questions bucket, the how-to buckets, the products bucket. Okay, how do we do that? And if you guys want help with all of that stuff that I just kind of went through there, the buckets and the content and all that stuff, I probably should throw that out there. I will right now. It is brandcreatorsbook.com. Little shameless plug there. All right. Brandcreatorsbook.com will help you map all this stuff out, by the way. All right. But back to that question. And that's why it's so important that we do address this. you can shelf that idea right now. Shelf that idea. You should give it a minimum of 6 months because like I said, it's going to help you stay focused and give that as much attention as you can. If you have free time, it should be figuring out another way to get more content on that site, right? Another thing for you, Ashley, because I know that you're in that space, the barbecue space, right? I think we talked about like pellet smokers and all of that stuff, like a great market. You've got so many verticals to go into. But another thing that you could be doing when you want to add more to that business and not just be content, right? Because content takes time, right? We got a post right now, took over 8 months to finally get some traction and it's starting to really take off. But it took 8 months, right? But actually, we've been talking a lot here on these coffee talks, and I'm actually coming out with an episode that's going to air on Monday on the podcast, depending on when you're watching this or listening to this. But we're going to talk about the 3-step process for creating digital products. Now, I mean, really easy to make digital products. And I already talked to you guys, if you guys have been tuning in on the coffee talks, that process. But for you, Ashley, my focus would be like, get the content thing flowing, right? Get that process dialed in. So I'm doing a minimum of 1 article a week, maybe 2, right? Maybe then also add a video to YouTube, right? And then embed that, do all of that stuff, right? And then the next thing, if I had time or if I wanted to make one more thing part of that brand, I'd start building the digital product out. And I would follow that same process that I have talked about with you guys. I'd create the content that would be posted on the blog. I'd maybe do like 8 or 10 different posts. I would go ahead and get those things created. I'd get all done with that. I'd bundle them all up. Boom, I got a digital product. Then I would have a lead magnet that would lead over to the digital product. Now I can speed up the time that it'll take to maybe monetize, right? And now I've got a digital asset that also lends itself to that brand. Right? So why would you want to separate your focus and go over here and do 50% here and 50% here? We don't want to do that, right? We want to limit ourselves to that stuff because if not, we're going to be distracted. We're going to be taking our time and dividing it up. And I think you also said your husband's helping with this and he's working full time still. So you want to be able to focus all of your energy on the one thing. Now, if this isn't the niche you want, then then pivot out of this and go into your other one if you want to. But whatever one you do, you got to commit. So anyway, hopefully that helped you. All right. And I know, Ashley, you were thinking about Brand Creators Academy. That would be perfect for you because we are going to be really going through the digital product creation, which probably will help you. But even just staying committed and staying on course, man, oh man, I'll tell you what, our community is just awesome for that. What's up, Debbie? Good morning. Salama, what tiny habits do you use to start doing the work that you do not feel like doing? Well, you need to figure out what that thing is that you don't like doing, right? And then you need to install that into your day, no matter what, right? So honestly, do I like doing like a full workout? No, I don't. Like sometimes I don't mind it, but generally I don't really like it. So how did I fix that? I took a tiny habit and I installed it into my day. So that looks like this. I brew a cup of coffee. While it's brewing, I hit the gym for 10 minutes. And then I come back, boom, I got that one thing done, right? In 10 minutes. That's it. Whatever I can do. So if you don't like writing, maybe it's I'm going to write for 10 minutes while my coffee's brewing. Whatever, right? Or maybe it's I'm going to go into a Facebook group and I'm going to add value there because I know that that's going to also help people and that's going to bring people back over to my blog. Whatever it is. Something really small that you can do. But you need to know that that's going to happen every single time, regardless. That's how I would install that tiny habit. Karen, I have a question not on this topic, but I am putting my blinders on and moving forward. What is the length of time that is best to run a Facebook ad? How many days? Great question. Love this, by the way. We literally just started a brand new Facebook ads campaign on a test project that we're working on behind the scenes. And this is great because I'm gonna share this right here with you right now. And I just actually went over this conversation this morning at the table when everyone was having breakfast. And I brought this up because we were looking at the ad unit. I was looking at it with my wife and I was looking at it with my daughter because they're actually part of this little experiment too. And I said, listen, we're putting up 2 creatives right now. We need to let this run for a minimum of a week before we can make any adjustments because we got to let Facebook figure out the algorithm. They're going to do the research for us as far as they're going to find out who's buyers and who's not. So I would say and again, how much your budget is. If you're spending $10 a day, right? Then you might need to let it go 7 to 10 days. But I would say at a minimum, you want to let it run 4 or 5 days, and then you're going to start making adjustments. If you want to get it going really fast, you're going to add more money, but you're going to burn through more money to get those results. You can just do $5 a day, $10 a day. But I would say typically a week. You want to give it at least a week before you start making adjustments. Sorry if you guys can hear the weed whacker over there. All right, Derek, it always seems a new shiny object pops up and it's something I am interested in. I can't keep them out of my Gmail account. Even when I send them to spam, they are in promotion folder. How do I stop this madness? Is there a way to put them out for good? And it seems they are selling my email because I'm getting so many others I've never invited or subscribed to. Well, the thing there is, Derek, if it's that bad, number one, you might want to just get a new Gmail account and then just use that one as a different account for something else and just go in there once every 2 weeks. But the other thing is it's self-discipline, right? If you have self-discipline, you're going to go in there and you're just going to go delete, 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 delete. If it's not something that's going to help you in your target of where you're heading, then you just got to tune that out. You got to get rid of it. You can't even open that email. You got to skip by it. So it's self-discipline, man. Self-discipline. All right. Let's see here. How do you stop feeling guilty and beat yourself up when you don't accomplish daily, weekly tasks? Here's how. Today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. You can't kick yourself for what happened yesterday. All you can do is worry about and focus on what you can do today. So today is a new day. Make that the new fresh start for you, right? And again, you do have to surround yourself with right people. I know, Salama, you're on here quite often, so you're surrounding yourself with good people, I believe. Okay, so I would say keep doing that, but you gotta put the blinders on and you gotta stay the course. I would recommend for you writing down what is 3 things that you're going to accomplish this next week, and it's an hour for each one. What is 3 hours you're gonna block? That all you're going to do is focus on these 3 things and nothing else will get in its way. Okay. So that would be something that I would recommend for sure. What's up, Jennifer? Happy Friday, you too. Let's see. Mike, I second Salama's question. However, more specifically, writing blogs. I can do videos easily and even have them pre-made for the whole week, but posting blogs is tough, especially with 2 little ones to focus on at home. It is. So you know what? You might need to hire someone, Mike. You might need to hire a VA, or maybe you know someone in your family. You can pay him $10 or $15 to basically take that. And if you're doing video, by the way, just take that video and use it's a service called Temi, TEMI.com, I believe it is. And they'll transcribe that for you for like 10 or 20 cents a minute. Then you got like 80% of it there. Then just have someone come in and edit it and clean it up. Like that's it. That's what I would do. So that's how I would do it. I would hire a VA for that. That's going to be the money well spent to have them actually take your videos and then put it into a blog post format. Another Mike. What's up, Mike Hulbert? Do you have an affiliate program for any of your course or materials? I have learned a lot from you in the past few years. In our house, you are considered on the same as the best of our old friends. Nice. Well, right now, I don't have any affiliate programs for Brand Creators Academy. We have thought about opening something up for just our Academy members. So maybe in the future, just not right now currently. Okay. How do you decide which opportunity to pursue first? Well, first off, what is your target? What is your goal? Right? And then everything works backwards, right? So if you're like right now, we're going to run this test project on a digital product. We took some old digital assets. I say old ones we weren't using. And now we're going to bring them to the surface. We're creating a lead magnet. We're creating a Facebook ad. We're driving it over to a digital offer. And we did that in the last week. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run paid ads and we're going to see what happens. But in that process, we had to build a landing page. We had to build a shopping cart. We had to do a lead magnet. We had to figure out who we were going to target. All of those things are small steps to get the thing off and running, right? So that's how. What opportunity right now are you thinking about focusing on? And is that opportunity in line with where your 12-month, goal is or target? Wondering if I should shut that. Let's see here. Derek, I keep thinking about something I shelved and my mind drifts back to it. It's also so hard to stay focused on one thing when you have other things on your mind too. It is, but If you're so fired up about doing the thing, then nothing else should get in its way. You must not be that excited about it, Derek, right? And I'm not calling you out and saying you aren't, but I'm just saying, like, man, if there's something that you're really, really driven towards, you're gonna think about that the minute your feet hit the floor, and then that's what you're gonna focus on. Not these little things like, oh, I could sell t-shirts and make money. Cool. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, I can sell coffee mugs too. Maybe I'll do that. No, that's not what we want to do. All right. Let's see. Rebecca, how does one stay motivated when close family out of love does not believe in the hustle when the results are not yet in sight? Maybe you don't share as much with them. You just don't bring it up. I know you're excited about it and you want to share it, but maybe you just don't share it with those people or as much, right? That's how. You don't really bring it up, right? Unless they ask, you can bring it up. But then you don't want to sit there and spend all the time trying to convince someone that what you're believing is true, right? And it's hard for people sometimes to imagine it because they don't believe it because they just think it's so far out there. People still don't believe me that you can make money using affiliate stuff. Like they're like, that's just weird. Like, I don't believe you. Just like, okay, like, it's okay. Like I'm not trying to convince you. You don't have to. What do you do? Oh, you work for General Electric. Okay, cool. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And we'll just talk about playing cornhole or we'll talk about, whatever else, right? Sports. We don't have to talk about that. Right. So just maybe don't talk about it as much. Tamara, I'm already thinking about my next niche website, but trying to ignore the voice and staying focused on first one to see results. But it's hard because I'm more excited about the new niche possibilities. But you know why, though, too, Tamara? This is what also can happen. When you're excited about the opportunity, that's exciting, right? The build and then watching it grow is slow. It's not as exciting, right? But if we can take some of that energy and put it into something new that's in that business to see it go, then we become more excited again, right? So again, I would encourage you to stay focused and commit to something for, wow, we got some really hardcore lawn mowing going now. I am going to have to shut these, I think, here. All right, time out. All right, time out. I told you this is live. All right. Didn't I tell you this was live? That kind of quieted it a little bit. It might have made it more echoey in here, but we're going to have to go with it. All right. Let's see here. Some people see me working on my side business and family when I take my side business with me to work on the weekend, and they shake their head. It's a family member I am visiting. Well, yeah, and I know. And so what? Let them shake their head. You know what I mean? Let that be fuel. Let that be a driver for you, Derek. Just don't say much. Just do it, right? And the proof is going to be you being consistent, being committed, and then getting the result, and then let that speak for itself. That's the ultimate, right? That's the ultimate thing for you to be able to go, yeah, check it out, but I think you need to get more committed to yourself and stay focused. And if you do, you'll be able to prove them wrong, right? So let that be the driver. Let that be your motivation. When someone says that I can't do anything, I'm going to try harder to do the thing, right? I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to prove them wrong because that's a little motivation for me now. So don't let that be demotivating. Let that be motivation. Let that be fuel to say, I'll show you, right? That's a good thing. Let's see here. Whoa, we got a lot more. Okay, Mike, definitely get this. I'm always second guessing my approach and trying to modify it. I need to stick with something I'm confident about. Yes. Mike, you got this, brother. You just got to commit to it. All right. And yes, if you're creating videos, those videos should be turned into blog posts. You have 2 pieces of content now. And I know, Mike, you're also part of our Pinterest traffic workshop and you're going through that and you're already getting some results. Keep on that. So the way I see it for you is all your focus is on video content, blog post, embed, Pinterest, driving people over to that stuff. That's it. That's your focus, man. And maybe a digital product in the mix too. That would be the next thing. Okay. What is a realistic revenue goal to set for niche sites? How long does it take? that's an open-ended question. I'm not really quite sure I can give you an exact number because it's going to vary. It also is going to vary if you have the potential to create a digital product. If you can create a digital product, we can speed up that process tremendously, right? And that's why that's something we're going to be adding into Brand Creators Academy here very, very soon, by the way. And that's why I'm doing this little test, this little case study thing that I'm doing that I'm going to be revealing inside the Academy, because I know that people, they want to see results quicker. And with content, it takes longer. So a niche site, the way that I look at it is if I can get it to $1,000 per month in the first 12 months, I'm doing okay. If I add a digital product, I might be able to make $1,000 a month within the first 60 days. Okay. Depending. So that does vary quite a bit. How many tasks do you aim to do daily? Generally one main task, like one main thing, but then I'll have a couple of others that if I get this done, then I'm allowed to do that. But you have one big commitment. Derek says, yes, I need to stop doing that. Your success is defined by you. Every master was once a disaster. Yes, that's true. You just got to keep at it. Justin, I thought you were talking to me directly, Scott. Very true of what you said. Octavio, brand rockers. I'm here for positive start to my day with all you winners. Thank you, Octavio. And you are a winner, my friend. Octavio is one of our Brand Creators Academy members, and he's crushing it, by the way. Content, just a content king right now. And also in line with doing our little digital product thing here. And I know, Octavio, you and I talked a little bit about it, and I think you're going to be a great case study right alongside what we're going to be teaching. So I can't wait for you to be a part of that. Grace, sure have. Becoming more aware of SOS and taking more action instead and looking ahead, not side to side. Yes. Karen, entrepreneurs struggle with the excitement of the new or the next new thing. We have to stay grounded. I personally appreciate you, Scott, for constantly reminding us, watching out for shiny objects. Yes. Keep it simple, guys. Simple will win. And simple will get results. Doesn't have to be complicated. Right? I could sit here and teach you guys how to create this elaborate course, like a digital training, a digital course. I don't want to do that because it's harder. The easier way is what I've talked about here in the past. Create a digital product out of content you've already created or content that you can create, and then bundle it up and make your first ebook and sell it. It's the simplest way, right? Okay, Ashley. It is very easy to become paralyzed from the comparison game. I stay motivated by joining the coffee talk every day. It starts my day off on the right foot and keeps me accountable to keep taking action. And yes, every time you get distracted with that side object, I want you to think of me. I want you to be, wait a minute, what would Scott say right now? He'd be like, you know what? Let's get back over here. I know that is a good opportunity. You can, if you want to give yourself an hour a week to look into something else as an opportunity, that's fine. You're not going to act on it, but you can have that freedom to do that, right? It's kind of like, can I have a cheat day on my diet once a week? Yeah, you can, but you cannot bring that into your everyday life. You can't bring that into your everyday tasks that you're doing to build your business. You just can't do it. But yeah, Ashley, I appreciate you you saying that. Derek, how do you know when you need to pivot and going down a rabbit hole to nowhere? Derek, yesterday, our coffee talk was all about that. You need to go listen to that one. And guys, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, I will put a playlist right there. And then you can watch yesterday's or any past coffee talks right there. All right. And Octavio says, I am absolutely committed in all caps. Derek again, no, I am all over the place, but got to get the schedule down to get the thing done and put the blinders on those shiny objects. Yes, you do. Oh, thank you, Justin. Thanks. Take a sip. All right. Moving on here. You're on fire today, Scott. Yes, I am. And you should be too. Let's all get on fire today in a positive way. Let's not get burnt. Salma, thoughts on seasonal niches, pros and cons. There's more cons than not, to be honest with you. If that is a total seasonal, like Christmas or like Halloween, they're going to hit and then they're gone, right? If we're talking about the pool business, that's somewhat seasonal too, right? But they still have some business and they still have some search throughout the entire year. So the difference there is it a total seasonal thing, like 2 months out of the year and that's it? Or is it 2 months, and then it kind of still has some steady traffic. That's how I would look at that. Karen, what do you mean by adjustments? I don't know. Remind me. What do I mean? I don't know what does that pertain to? I forget. Mike says, got it. These talks are very informative and thoughtful, Derek says. Salama, what exact steps did you take for your new brand? Coffee talk on this. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, the new brand inside of Brand Creators Academy, which is about 9 months old now, we're getting about 30,000 page views a month. That was basically as a case study. So that one there's a little different than what I would do as if it was one that I was going into for the long haul. It's more of a niche site for a rental property, if you will. It was a way for me to teach it, show exactly what I'm doing, and try to get it to $1,000 a month in 12 months. That's the goal. We're going to probably be close to that, might be a little shy, or we might be over it. We still got a little bit of time, but we're just turning on our Ezoic ads on that platform right now, or on that brand, and we'll let you know. The other test brand, that one there is over $250 a month right now, and this month should be a little bit more. So we're on our way there. Karen, off topic, but I am excited about doing a hot seat in BCA with you on my niche. And we can totally do that, Karen. And I messaged back out to you. I didn't realize that was you on here, Karen. But yeah, we can totally do that. And that'll be awesome. We just did one with the other Karen, spells it differently than you. And that one was really good. And I've got another one that we just did with Helene, and hers was really good. So yeah, we'd love to do that, Karen, and we will set up that call. Actually, email me, scott@brandcreators.com, and then I can send you the link to set up that time so we can do that hot seat. I think that'll be fun. Let's see. What business would you start if you wanted to rely on the income generated to pay your bills as soon as possible? I said this yesterday too. You know what, guys? Here's a challenge. I should do this on a coffee talk. We should start the week with a challenge. At the end of the week, here's what I want you to have accomplished. And this might not have anything to do with your niche, right? I want you to take an hour or two. I want you to go into your garage. I want you to clean out your garage or your attic or your basement or your porch. It doesn't matter. I want you to clean out anything that you would put up for sale at a garage sale. And I want you to take that same day, that same time that day, and I want you to list everything on eBay, just on eBay. I want you to list it all. And then I want you to sit back and I want you to watch and see if you sell something. That is what I would do. If I was right now saying, I want something that's going to support my side hustle, that would be the thing. You can always flip products. Always. That's not ever going to change. People are always wanting to buy secondhand stuff. That's why I would go to eBay before I'd go to Amazon, to be honest with you. It's that much easier. So if you guys are looking to make it an extra, couple $100 or $1,000 even, depending on how much stuff you got in your house that you want to sell, it's a great thing to do. So I would definitely encourage anyone to do that. Mike says, I can't hear the lawnmower. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear this back because it was loud as heck. And I have ear pods on. Oh, good. We'll have to see. This mic might be really solid. Other than Amazon, what do you think the next best channel to sell on is? Your own website, your own funnel. That's where. If it was an actual channel, then I would say like eBay would be a great channel. Etsy is a great channel if your product lends itself to it. Salma, is your daughter having a boy or a girl? A girl. And her name is Emmy K. Yeah, we're really excited. Tamara, I used to watch the Coffee Talk replays, but now I set my alarm to join live for the commitment aspect. I feel like live makes it difference. It does make a difference. And thank you, Tamara, for being a part of our morning. Cheers. Yeah, good coffee here. Facebook ads adjustments. Okay, so what did you say on the adjustments? Oh, on adjustments? Okay, well, the adjustments could be a little bit sooner. And Karen, you're in Brand Creators Academy. So what I would encourage you to do is go into the email list building module. We actually documented a full case study of us building a list from scratch. All the adjustment stuff is in there. Chris goes through that in great detail. Also, we have an upcoming call coming up, I believe this coming week. We can answer any of those Facebook ads questions there. But when you're adjusting, you are going to be adjusting, probably targeting maybe in the first 24 to 36 hours. Derek, I wish I had more time to work on my business, but unfortunately I am very limited to my time. That's why you need to be very, very deliberate with what you're working on. So you need to sit down for an hour, map out exactly what you want to work on, and then from there, set it up so every single day for that hour, you're working on something that's going to make a difference in your business. Mike, definitely can't wait to work with everyone in BCA. I'd love some opinions on my project. And Mike, we would love to give you that. So yes, we will be definitely loving to dive into that. I'm going to do that challenge next week. Tamara says, awesome. And then I want you to report back, Tamara. And I might even make that something here that we do on a coffee talk, just to kind of see what we can do as a group. I think that would be fun. Mike, same here, brother. But that motivates me to keep at it because I know it will lead to more time for myself, my family, and my business. Yes, and that's what it's all about. For me anyway, and I think it is for you too. Do you use Shopify or Woocommerce? Right now, we're playing with Woocommerce for this new little test project. And from what I'm gathering, Chris Schaefer's telling me it's working pretty good. So we're going to show actually inside of the Academy too on how we're setting that all up. Salama says, congrats, Pap. It's actually Pop. We're going with Pop. Wishing her safe and short labor. Yes, we are too. All right, guys, that is going to pretty much wrap up our little jam session here. And what I would like you guys to do is, let me go back here to here. Okay. If you guys have not downloaded the brand growth validation checklist, it's going to be very helpful. Even if you're up and running in your market, it's going to show you the opportunities in your market. Now, the big thing there is I said opportunities, but in your market, not outside your market, in your market. All right. So brandcreators.com, if you go to the area where it says checklist, you will then join our email list. And then from there, you'll get a video of me walking through that process. The other thing is Brand Creators book. If you're not yet going through that, I would encourage you to go through that. It's 107 pages. It's broken down in detail, step by step. It's the exact playbook that we give to everyone in Brand Creators Academy. It's what we want them to go through the very first thing. Also, I should mention this, depending on when you're listening to this, we're opening Brand Creators Academy on July 6th, okay? It'll be open for 5 days. After that, we close enrollment for at least 3 months. We usually open only 4 times in the year. This is one of those times. If you've been waiting to join, make sure that you're ready on July 6th, okay? And that is Brand Creators Academy is when we're going to be opening to the public. All right. So make sure if you have any questions on that, let me know. But even if you don't join, the Brand Creators Playbook at brandcreatorsbook.com will give you all of the steps that we're working on and that we're going through inside of the Academy. So you'll have that playbook. So awesome. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. One last thing here. Salma says, please do a coffee talk on prop rental business. And your lessons and insights. I think, property rental business. Yeah, I could do a whole talk on that. And actually, I just looked, we got another booking for September already. So we're booked out about 2.5 months right now, solid on our Airbnb, which was a whole nother project. But yeah, we could totally do that. I would love to talk about that. But yeah, so, all right, guys. That's it. That's going to wrap up our little jam session here. This was awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming here live, or if you're listening to this on the podcast and you're not here live, but you're listening, thank you for tuning in. And if you want to be part of our coffee talks or our jam session, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com. Again, that's takeactioncrew.com. I'm putting it up on the screen right now. So takeactioncrew.com, and you can be part of our Take Action Crew. This is where we help each other. It's the right people to surround yourself that are out there that are trying to make a difference in their life and in their business. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, remember, take care, take action, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.